What's up, guys? Bumlock here. Today I wanted to make a quick video talking about how Affliction Warlocks feel in the Tomb of Sargeras. I was on the PTR today, and I got to try out LFR finally. There was two bosses we got to play with. It was the Maiden of Vigilance and the Fallen Avatar. Both really, really cool bosses. Some cool mechanics. The place looks awesome. But what I really wanted to talk about was how we're sizing up against other specs of our specs, like Destruction and Demonology. There weren't any other Destruction Warlocks in the raid. There was a Demonology Warlock, which you'll see from the footage. I think there was one other Affliction Warlock. How are we doing against other classes? Now, of course, before anybody goes crazy, this was just LFR, so the player range of skill could extremely vary, you know what I mean? So take what you see with just a grain of salt. But this is just, just my impressions, like kind of like a first look, I guess, a first kind of feel for Tomb of Sargeras. First impressions, let's talk about the visuals. Inside this instance, very similar to Old War, which I love. Old War is my favorite raid. If you don't know what Old War is, it was a 25 man raid, maybe 20-man raid. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I'm pretty sure it was 25 men raid in Wrath of the Lich King. It came out before the Trial of the Crusader, or Trial of the Champion, whatever it was called. And it was very Titan themed, all based around the old gods and, Yogg-Saron and all those guys. The look inside Tomb of Sargeras is very similar, which is awesome. You can actually look on the ceilings and you see like a bunch of Titan-esque designs, and you have this elevator of light. Very cool, very cool. It's like a nice mixture between Old War with kind of Black Temple-ish, Reliquary of Souls, mixed in with some other Legion, I think it looks great. I'm very excited to see what the rest of it looks like. But yeah, looks great, looks stunning. The two bosses we got to try, again, Maiden of Vigilance, Fallen Avatar. The first one, there's quite a bit of movement. She does an ability where she stuns everybody, and then she teleports to the other side, and then she starts shooting these orbs out. I forget the ability off the top of my head, but you got to do quite a bit of movement. So the question to myself was, okay, what talents are going to be good for this place? There's only a couple bosses, but that's really what I want to figure out. Now, I'm sure that there's the experts out there that have already figured this stuff out, right? So if you're looking for like a very in-depth analytical kind of breakdown of every fight, not yet. I'll get to those when I can actually get in there and do them on heroic and normal and mythic eventually. I will be doing a more detailed breakdown of what talent choices may be good and what could be bad. But again, this is just a first look. But for Maiden, I started off using Prolific Grass, and I felt pretty good. It felt pretty good. You can kind of see my damage on the screen here. I did have my damage meter up. Again, there was a Demonology Warlock, which is Arklin, you can see on the screen. Demon was doing pretty well. He was kind of beating me up a little bit. When we actually did eventually get the kill, it did take us a few tries to get these bosses down. It seems that you're also scaled down at LFR down to item level 860. So the damage that you're seeing on screen isn't really what you'll be doing on live on regular bosses. I don't know if they're going to scale us down on live in LFR. I don't think so. This is probably just for test purposes, would be my guess. But yeah, just keep that in mind. But you can see when we actually did get the kill, I was on top as an Affliction lock. It felt pretty good. Then we moved on to the Fallen Avatar, which looks awesome. You got kil'jaeden coming in, and I think the voice actor from kil'jaeden, it might be the one from Sunwell. I don't know. I'd have to compare the two voices, but you got some cool little dialogue there, and the room just looks awesome. Giant room. If you look up, you got the Titan heads with the glowing Legion. It looks great. So for that one, I tried a few different things. I tried all the legendaries are live too. If you go into the PTR, you can actually test the ring, which they actually leveled the stats, so it's actually correct stats, which is nice. And then they also put on the new legendary chest, the one that gives you Soul Harvest after you spend a Soul Shard or have a chance to grant Soul Harvest. I played with both of them. I played with my old legendaries. I played with Whispers. I played with Unstable Arcana Crystal with the new trinkets. And I'll tell you what, just from my brief testing, I think the most effect, this could all be random, it could be based on procs. And I think when you zone into this LFR2, you do automatically get concordance, because on my PTR character, I don't have it. I have it on live, but I didn't have it at the time. I'm pretty sure when I logged in, it granted me concordance, so that could also play a factor in the damage. But then again, everyone else has it, so I don't know. But for me, the most effective was actually using 2-piece Nighthold gear and 4-piece Tomb gear. That was actually the most consistent damage using the Malefic Grass spec. Now on that fight, I'd probably actually go Haunt, just because there is a little bit of movement. He does this ability where he'll target you and you'll have to run. He'll continuously shoot these little green fire patches, which you have to run away from, which, as you might guess, is not so good for Malefic Grass, because all your damage comes from draining as much as possible while UAs are on the target. Now, when you play with Haunt, you actually have some flexibility of throwing up Haunt, throwing some UAs up, maintaining your dots, and then you can do the movement that's required of the boss while still keeping, your damage where it should be. So Haunt is definitely a viable option. I'm very excited. Now, they did nerf it. They did reduce the spell power and the percentage of damage it did. It felt pretty good. I do believe when we actually got the kill on Fallen Avatar, I was playing with Haunt, so you'll see that on the screen there. But, man, it felt really good. Now, talents aside, let's talk about legendaries. Now, we had a lot of pulls on this. We didn't kill these bosses on the first try. Everybody was learning some stuff. There's a bunch of, weird mechanics that people have to learn, which is fine. Even on LFR, the players are pretty decent. I'm sure that the only people that are really logging on PTR that are actually going into the LFR are people that, are raiders. They want to see the new content coming out. So I would expect at least to be relatively decent, which they were. So I tried a good combination of legendaries. I tried the Helm and the Belt. I tried the Helm and Reap and Sow, and then I went Helm and Ring. Also, I did mention back in, I think it was one of my first videos, when the Ring was first announced, there was a rumor that you're going to be able to equip 2 legendaries and then the Ring. We've confirmed now that that is not the case. So just to reiterate, you're only going to be able to wear 2 legendaries still. So if you are going to wear the Ring, that's going to take up one of your slots. Okay. But using the Ring and getting Death's Embrace as an extra talent felt really good, especially when you get into that execute range. Because these bosses are tuned a little bit longer, we were in execute range a little bit longer, so that could have been the reason why I did pull ahead on both kills, and I actually ended up top out of everyone in the LFR raid, even past the other warlock, the Demo Warlock. That could have played a factor, but even if, I know a lot of people were discrediting the Ring. Also, when it was first announced, the stats weren't perfect yet, so you got to keep that in mind. This is why I say you got to have an open mind. Don't just be so quick to run your numbers and, okay, I ran this and it tells me it's bad, so I'm not going to try it. How about you try it and then really give yourself an opinion, This is kind of getting off on a tangent, but I feel it's important to say you can run all the statistics in the world, you can run all the numbers, you can figure out what's the best. It doesn't matter. What matters is, can you push the buttons correctly? Can you play correctly? Does it feel good for your hands? Is it fun? Right? There's a lot of factors there. Who cares what's going to be the best, right? Is it the best for you? Is it easier for you to play? Is it hard for you to remember having to have macros and all this stuff, and maybe you have to play a certain way to be the most effective? Maybe that's not what's most effective for you. So it's important to keep an open mind to figure out what's most fun for you. Maybe some people like only, proc trinkets. Maybe some people like unused trinkets. Maybe some about, there's a lot of factors there. So just, keep an open mind. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, so I tried the Ring, and it felt good. It felt good. I don't know why there was such a huss and fuss about it. I could see myself using that. You get the socket, you get the 3 stats. I could see myself using the Ring. That talent is very useful. I didn't use Siphon Life at all during this testing. I did use Soul Conduit. It felt good. It felt good. And the 4-piece felt really good. I can really feel the extra shard generation, while playing Haunt too. I don't have the Haunt rotation down, so what you may see on the screen is not, maybe it's the right rotation, maybe it's not. I'll figure that out once the patch actually comes out, but it felt good. I felt like I wasn't shard starved at all. I felt like I was able to maintain UA up in the downtime of Haunt and while Haunt was up, so it felt good. It felt good. The 4-piece is definitely going to be nice. The Tomb of Sargeras 4-piece. I did try the chest, legendary chest. That one did feel a little lackluster. It's really hard to know to notice the benefit from the soul harvest, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if, obviously I'm on the PTR and I don't have my weak ores going. Obviously I'd put it up for me so I would know when to, continue draining or do something special during that time. It felt a little lackluster, and especially if you can't wear the ring with 2 other ones, I don't really see myself using it. I had to do some more testing, but that was just, again, my first impression. I'm going to do more analytical breakdown once the patch actually comes out, but just as a first impression, the chest didn't feel too strong. I don't know. Plus, it doesn't give you the ability, if you really want to run the 2-piece and then the 4-piece, that kind of takes that out of the equation. You're going to have to use a legendary that is like a bracer or a belt, and then like a ring, a trinket, or something like that, if you want to take advantage of that. So I don't know. I'll have to play with it some more. The strongest combination for me, though, was between 2. It was the hood, and then either the ring or Reap and Sow felt the strongest for me. Now, the other legendaries might sim higher or whatever. I don't care. That's what I felt at the time when I was doing my damage and stuff. It felt pretty good. I think I might go back to the cloak come 7.2.5. We'll see. Anyways, man, Fallen Avatar. Incredible. The room looks awesome. You're fighting the boss, and over off to the side, kil'jaeden and Illidan are just smacking each other. Velen's over there doing stuff, and the room just looks incredible. The fight, when you finally fall through the floor, he's upset and he's yelling words at you and stuff. It looks awesome in there. Now, again, the mechanics are pretty simple. It is LFR for right now, so I know that I've seen like the Fat Boss videos and stuff. There are some extra mechanics. The extra ad wasn't spawning in the first phase. I thought that was. You did see the pillar come out of the ground, but and shooting the beam towards the Fallen Avatar, but the ad wasn't there. I thought it was going to be there, but it was pretty dumbed down, but it was still great to actually see the inside of the raid. This was my first time experiencing it myself, so it just looked, I was really impressed with the look of the raid. It looked great. Man, I'm excited. There was a cool little scene after we did eventually kill the Fallen Avatar. If you don't want to spoil it, I guess here's your warning. The little conversation that they have, I think it's with us being the player, showing us like, hey, here's the Avatar guy, and then after we actually kill the Avatar, there's a little talk back and forth between Illidan and Khadgar shows up like he always does. Final thoughts. I'm excited. I'm really excited. We're very close to killing Gul'dan. We're in phase 3 right now. We've got past one of the guys. I can't remember the name. I should know this stuff. I'm a raid leader, but whatever. We're very close. We'll probably kill him on Tuesday, and I'll be doing like a commentary from a raid leader point of view on Mythic Gul'dan. If you guys are working on that, maybe you already killed it and you want some different points of views. There's tons of videos out there already, but whatever. I don't know how many like raid leader commentary points of view there are, so maybe that would be useful to somebody. I don't know. Anyways, we're pretty close to killing him. We'll definitely get him next week. I can say that pretty confidently. We're very close. Phase 1 and Phase 2 are pretty much in the books. We're just working on Phase 3, getting the timings and figuring out how fast we got to kill that and all that good stuff. So, with that being said, once we get Nighthold out of our way, we're then going to focus straight on Tomb. So, I'm going to be trying to get as much information as I can. I'm excited. I'm really excited too. The visuals inside. I loved Old War, so I'm really hoping to see some more of that. It looked great from what I saw so far. So, what do you guys think? Have you gone on the PTR yet? Have you tried anything? Make sure you guys do. Use the tools that you have to your advantage. If you're trying to get a little bit of an edge, go in there and get familiar with the new talents. Try out legendaries that you don't have yet. See what Try to make a map of what you're going to do. So you just makes it a little bit more fun and a little bit more exciting. But let me know what you guys think about the new raid. Do you like the visuals? Did you like Old War? Did you not? Let me know. Let me know what you think about the new legendaries too. You're going to see my damage on screen here. You've already seen it. You be the judge. I wasn't playing perfect, and again, these aren't, maybe not everybody in this LFR raid was mythic quality raider, but who knows? You let me know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you everybody that leaves like positive feedback or even negative feedback. You've given me some good tips. I want to make the content that you guys want to see. I want to, I want to give you guys the best that I can. So thank you so much for everyone that says something back to me. And, I try and read every single comment, and I try to reply as much as I can. There's a lot of you now. I think we're at like 600 and something followers, or subscribers rather. This is awesome. Truly incredible. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure to catch me on my stream too. I do stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I do some stuff on the weekends too. I'll probably be streaming tonight. This video will probably come out on the Sunday. So maybe tomorrow I'll stream too on Sunday. We'll see. Anyways, make sure you catch me there. You can ask me questions, or you can just hang out. We got some funny stuff going on. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.